Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel, and today we're checking out the band Jinjer and Sit, Stay and Roll Over. We've done a couple of songs by this band, but more recent content. Yeah. We did that song from a festival you asked to check out, which was just all over the bloody place as far as the sound, and we couldn't work out why it was being played live. It just didn't feel like it matched, but there was some other stuff that we have done. We haven't done the one that everyone does, but
Pisces.
Pisces.
Great
I was
song,
like,
but we don't
great
need
song.
to do it.
Everyone's done
This
it.
is from the same album.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
okay,
2016's King of Everything.
But yeah, we're going to watch it. We might pause it, we may not pause it. It depends on how we feel. But yeah, we'll give our thoughts at the end. Let's check the video out. Let's go. No, we're stopping. I know we're getting singing along here.
I wanted to do it.
I know, but we needed a point.
Yeah.
Because anyone that's watching just seen us just talking and like not heard a word of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So I thought it probably would be a good idea for us to kind of talk about some of the stuff we've just said there about how the vocal delivery. Because one of the things I think with one of the previous videos we were talking about her clean vocals, and you were really happy with her heavy stuff, but on those ones you weren't as big fan on her clean. You almost wanted her to focus. So I thought we'd go for an earlier one where it still had clean, but there was a lot more showcasing of the heavy. Love the warehouse setting. Even though it's just, you're looking at it and you're like, it's just a big fuck off warehouse.
Yeah, but it's not an abandoned warehouse.
It's actually being used.
It's a working
There's a
warehouse.
clothes rail in the background.
It's fucking awesome.
Distribution centre.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've just done Benighted and Scars before this, which had which obviously was extreme metal. Now this has got extreme elements, but I can handle that fast pace, the kind of the frenetic pace of the whole song. Fucking awesome. Vocals kick in. There's groove elements to this. So there are points where if it was just extreme pace the whole way through, I'd lose interest, even with her amazing vocal delivery. But it's the fact that they know when to bring the groove in, and they do it so well, and the bass pop is just fucking amazing. But I'm curious from Andy what your thoughts are so far.
Jinjer is a band that I haven't come across, other than when we've covered it on the channel, you know, a few weeks, months ago. And yeah, I'm really impressed with this girl's vocals. I mean, it's really top notch. I mean, you think, I mean, the comparisons for me are a local band, Vex. They're not, sorry, they were local, but they're signed and established. Comparisons with the clean and the aggressive vocals, Megan from Vex, obviously. Maybe she's influenced.
She will hate you for saying that.
I will.
They're on the same label.
Oh right. Well, there's the obvious comparisons, aren't there?
She would say it's a lazy comparison, but you're not being lazy. It's because you don't have a reference point.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of either band. So.
Plus, she sounds like her.
Yeah.
Don't say she doesn't.
I mean, take away the imagery, you wouldn't know that was a girl singing, a woman singing. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. What I also like is, you know, you watch the bass player and guitarist. Their left hand is all over the place, and you can hear it in what they're playing. It's not just showmanship or just a muffled noise and they're moving their hands really fast. You know, it's really good stuff. There's other sort of female vocal comparisons as well. Alicia Whiteless,
Yeah.
This girl's like, a notch above her in the extremity and the delivery, the power of the delivery. And this is a track that would get me to listen to the band more. I wasn't quite so drawn in by the other ones. Particularly that live performance, that was
a way place.
that wasn't sort of a great introduction to the band or a reference point for this particular band. But I'm really getting into this track. I mean, all the elements. I mean, I'm not quite so sure on the location, to be honest. It looks like it's like a plan C option. Everything else has fallen through that day.
Could be.
They've driven past an industrial estate and they've asked the sort of site manager.
Can we bring this dog in as well?
Yeah, they probably had the space they needed.
We need a cage for the dog. Yeah.
Kirk.
Tatiana Shmelyuk, often now comes up when people say who's the best metal vocalist. This is a name that's often number one now. Randy Blythe from Lamb of God is a big influence, and you can tell this is 2016. Now they've got there's elements of prog metal in the music.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you've heard. This is what metalcore sounded like at its best. So extreme, so heavy, and they're not going for the easy melody of the Iron Maiden guitar harmonies. That chorus is excellent when it comes in. We're now coming up to a breakdown. Claws, crush bones. This song is actually about the separatist war that had started in 2014 in the Ukraine.
Oh.
These are Russian-speaking Ukrainians, so they might be a bit divided, or it's not an easy thing for them to just. Yeah, clearly they're against Putin, but I think ethnically they're Russians. They had to move to the border with Poland, when that kicked off in 2014. This song actually is about nationalism. It's about the destructive effects of that and them having to live as refugees and not wanting to be caught up in the jingoism and the war-hungry machine. So, this is one of the few political songs that they've got, and when you read the lyrics, you know what it's about. This is a fucking banger, though, isn't it?
Just before we move on, you mentioned, Kurt, that Tatiana is like top of her game when it comes to when you're talking about extreme metal vocalists. One thing I will say, that they're not drawing on or solely relying on her looks and her personality, because I know the name Jinjer from conversation with friends and publications and media, but her name isn't thrown out as much. I know they're connected. I knew that's what her name was, but do you know what I mean?
They're known as a great rhythmic band. They're a musicians band.
Yeah,
aren't they?
So it's a good example of.
They're not known just for her and her stunning
something
looks
like
and
Butcher
everything.
Babies.
Yeah,
It's a good example.
Absolutely,
of that, where there's an obvious push that band's had.
Yeah.
For what reasons?
You're right. They don't rely on it. They're a bit like Tool, where all four
Pretty
musicians.
Reckless is another one that has again front woman.
Yeah, I mean, Infected Rain. I heard their new album. They've done quite well to draw back some of the elements with Lena. She's a really top vocalist now, and this though,
over sexualizing.
She has done in the past.
Have,
yeah, they don't need. I mean, clearly.
Is it Carla Harvey, or isn't that the one from Butcher Babies? Yeah, which they have about 4 million crotch shots.
There's two of them, isn't there?
Yeah. Go on, let's keep going. Let's go to the end.
Bones, cross, crush bones, cross, crush bones, cross, crush bones. Don't want to disappear. You learn to cruel lesson of bones and stones. Your deceit is subjected. It is a basic skill to earn.
Okay, there we go, Jinjer and Sit Stay Rollover. So 1 minute final summary from Andy.
One thing I picked up, particularly watching the second half of the song, is that I don't know if it's typical of how a vocal do, but there was sort of three distinct styles. There's the really extreme aggressive that kicked off the song, and then there's the sort of the clean vocals, and then there's a passage where she's kind of sitting directly in between the two.
It's like a shouty kind of style.
Still aggression, but still clear and
Yeah.
with clarity. I mean, in that particular one, just for a small part, there was a fourth one which just sounded like that sort of distorted radio presenter type effect. But yeah, if I'm going to listen to a Jinjer, it'll be this kind of material. Yeah, really enjoyed it. You saw, you mentioned the bring the dog to work element at the beginning. I didn't notice the dog in the first half. Obviously, he had more of a starring role in the second half because she's sort of face to face with it and more interaction with the dog. But yeah, great musicians. You can just see the how skilled they are, and it's the aggression factor. I mean, we talked about a video earlier today, the Benighted one. Why would you listen to that? Why did it make you feel the way you do? I mean, you could have that discussion point regarding this. That makes you feel angry and pumped up and ready to go and beat somebody up. And you not think? I know it's not quite as extreme as Benighted, but do they not fall in the same sort of camp for discussion?
They do. I can tell you how I felt about this song.
Go on then.
Go on then. So there's three different elements. There was the kind of straightforward, extreme kind of drum pattern with the guitar parts, etc. going on. There was a prog elements going on in there where you had guitars, vocals, and drums all kind of pulling in three different directions, and then you had the groove element. The main thing for me listening to this song was there was confusion during the prog elements where I'm just like, I'm watching it because we are paying attention and we're obviously doing a review on it, but if I wasn't doing that, I'd have zoned out, and I was finding myself zoning out, and then they'd pull it back in, dropping it back into a groove on the chorus, and I'm back in it, and my head's bouncing. Now that's just kind of keeping me. I'm finding it almost like you're going into a gym. You're like, I'm just finding where my natural rhythm is, and I enjoyed that for the melody and the harmony. And it actually made me smile for that element. I'm not really paying attention to the lyrics, and I'm not connecting with the song on that point. I'm going for more on vibe. I do tend to find 4 or 5 listens in, I tend to then start to connect with lyrics. But on the first part, it's whether my body and mind is getting a groove with it. If it's just extreme, my body has no way of locking to it, and when it becomes very progressive, and it's just, you can go from a technical point, you're listening to it to try and see what they're doing. But if you're just trying to go on a physical connection with it, I always lose interest. But with what I found with this song is, when you do lose interest, before you've completely lost and disconnected, they pull you back in with a groove again. So it has a way of connecting you back in. I enjoyed the video, great song, love her vocals. There's enough about this track that always kind of pulls me back, so the extreme element doesn't put me off. Kirk, wrap us up.
Yeah, I've only got a minute, you said. So
Yeah.
This album,
Just 2 points.
two other great
Good timing. Go on.
two other great videos from this album, Words of Wisdom and Just Another. That to me is what metalcore should have evolved into around 2016. That's keeping it aggressive, it's in your face, it's like a sergeant's got a truncheon there, yet at the same time she's singing like Amy Winehouse almost in the chorus, and it fits so perfectly, which you couldn't do with a male vocalist, because whenever we listen to metalcore and then they do the whiny emo male tenor vocals, it just spoils a song. You open up to so much possibilities with a female singer like that. They're not a metalcore band. They clearly are like an extreme progressive metal band now. Meshuggah, Gojira, Periphery, they're the bands that you would put them in the same echelon with, or they certainly will be getting there. I mean, it's hard to get up to Meshuggah, Gojira standard, but yeah, that is just a remarkable song. And you're right, she doesn't dominate it. There's more to it than just Tatiana Schmelyuk. They're unbelievable musicians. What a live band. They're probably the best live band I've ever seen. I've seen them twice. They are on the ball every time when you go watch them.
Well, there we go. That's Jinjer, a sit, stay, roll over. Now, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.